Okay. Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. For those of you who I haven't met before, my name is Erin O'Brien. I am Thermomix consultant and team leader. I am based in Druin in Victoria, but I kind of sell and support customers all over Australia and also support my team, which is spreading over Australia at the moment, which is really cool. A lot of us are based in Victoria, but we have a consultant in South Australia now as well. And being a virtual team, we can have consultants from all over Australia, which is amazing. So welcome. Thanks so much for joining me. Um, yeah, so a little bit about myself to start with. I first joined the Thermomix team about 2.5 years ago, I think it would be now. I joined up, I owned a TM5 for a good few years before that, and I loved it. I loved everything about it. And then I decided that I needed to upgrade, but I didn't really want to pay for it. So I wanted a free machine. So I actually joined in the offer that's running at the moment, which is called Earn 4. So I had the ability to earn my Thermomix in 4 sales instead of 6, which I thought was really cool. And I did that. And at the time, I'd planned on just taking my free machine and leaving, which is completely fine. But then I just love being part of the team. I love the incentives. I love just sharing the love of the Thermomix. And here I am 2.5 years later, still here. So that's a little bit about me. I'd love you guys to pop in the chat box and let me know perhaps a little bit about you. What's brought you along tonight? Do you have a Thermomix? And if so, what model? And yeah, what you're hoping to get out of tonight. Pop in the chat box and let me know. So tonight we are going to be obviously showcasing the TM6, which is our current and latest and current model Thermomix. It is a smart connected cooking appliance which connects into your Wi-Fi and gives you guided cooking through Cookiedoo, our virtual recipe platform on the screen of your Thermomix. Cookiedoo has I think we're up to over 84,000 recipes from all over the world on it at the moment. It's being added to all the time as well. All of the recipes are triple tested. And yeah, there's just something for everybody on there, but we'll obviously see Cookiedoo in a little bit more detail later on. As this is an open virtual tonight, I have chosen our menu. But like always, if you want to see more, if there's something in particular you want to learn about or see about, you are more than welcome to host your own virtual or in-home cooking experience at any stage. And any one of the wonderful consultants in my team would love to help you with that. Next of that. Please don't be shy of the chat box, guys. It makes it easier for me if I can have at least a little bit of chat in there to talk back to. So I'd love to know, yeah, if you wouldn't mind, pop it in the chat box and let me know what is most important to you when it comes to the food you cook and eat at home. So there are a couple of ideas on here that you probably can't see super well on the screen, but we've got healthy food, simple food, fast, perhaps being creative, or saving money. What would you say would be the number one most important thing to you in your family when it comes to the food you cook and eat? I think for me, it is fast. I am a mum of 5 little kids, so we range from 6 down to 1. So they certainly keep me on my toes. And come dinner time, as I'm sure most of you could imagine, it's a bit crazy. So getting dinner on the table nice and quickly is it's going to bring the chat box up. Is super important to me and is a game changer for me. So what about you guys? What have we got in there? Creative, saving money. Yeah, absolutely. All of those things are important, aren't they? Fast and nutrition. I love that, Kayla. Yeah. It's all well and good being fast, but we we want to know we're eating good, healthy food as well, don't we? All right, so keep those things in the back of your mind, and if you haven't popped it in there, yeah, definitely have a think about it anyway. So the TM6 is an all-inclusive price of 2,359. I'm going the wrong way and going off the screen here. All-inclusive price of 2,359 and includes everything you see here. So the Thermomix itself and the bowl, our Varoma, which is our steaming attachment. So that can kind of pretty much double the capacity of your Thermomix, which is really cool. We've got our simmering basket, splash guard for our high heat mode. We've got our butterfly whisk, which is accessible, so you can do all kinds of things. Measuring cup, our spatula. You get a hard copy of your basic cookbook, and you also get 6 months free subscription to Cookie as well. I'm sure you might have seen already at the moment as well that as of today, we've got a very exciting gifted purchase of a Cobalt mini vac, which is worth $300 as well. So that's comes in that bundle at the moment too. So there are a couple of different ways to get a PM6 in your kitchen if that's something you're interested. My favourite way, obviously, is doing what I did and earning, especially at the moment with Earn 4 on. It's such an incredible offer. And we do have interest free as well, but we'll go into all that a bit more later. Welcome to those of you who are jumping on. I'd love you to pop in the chat box and let me know a little bit about you guys. Perhaps, yeah, what's brought you along tonight if you're own a Thermomix and what model you've got. Pop it in the chat box and let me know as you're jumping on. So you might have already seen or know a little bit about the Thermomix and all of the different modes and functions. So there is quite a lot. And unfortunately, given our time constraints and that I don't want to keep you on Zoom all night, we are only going to see a couple of the different modes and functions tonight. But again, like I said earlier, if there is anything in particular you want to see, you want to just learn more, see more, that's what we as consultants are here for. So we're happy to cater your own cooking experience to you at any stage. Other than that, we are going to get cooking. I'd love you, as I'm cooking along, I'm going to pop the other screen on, but please just pop any questions in the chat box. A couple of the wonderful consultants from my team are on as well tonight, so they can help me answer any questions as we're going. So just don't hesitate to ask away. All right, so going over to our Thermomix now. So this is our home screen of our TM6. For those of you who have the TM5, I'm not sure whether there was any TM5 owners on tonight, but the basic settings are exactly the same. So we've got our time, our temperature, and our speed. It's just the touch screen that's different from that point of view. If we swipe across to our right, we bring up all of our different modes. So these are here. When we're cooking through Cookidoo, it would automatically select it for us because it's guided cooking. But most of our modes are available here as well if you want to cook something manually. So you've got our scales, our built-in scales, which are accurate to 1 gram. We've got our brand new chop function, which is very exciting. I can show you that quickly. I'm not going to see it clearly enough. But this is a brand new update that's just come on last week. I don't even know what day it is. Last week, where it kind of presets things for you. So if you know you want to cook, cut some cheese, split some fruit, some grains, veggies, that kind of thing, but you're not really sure what settings to use, you can go into the chop function and it will guide you through what to do there, which is really cool. But otherwise, we've got things like the cleaning function, the dough mode, egg boiler mode, thickening, which you can use for like custards and gravies and all kinds of things like that. Rice cooker, fermentation, slow cook, sous peeler, grater, and slicer as well. So these are being added to all the time as new modes and updates are being released. And then if we swipe back across, we go back to our home screen and we're going to swipe past it one more time and bring up Cookidoo. So this is that virtual recipe platform I was telling you about before. This looks exactly the same as it would if you were looking at Cookidoo on your computer or on the app on your phone as well. So all comes up the same and all integrated as well. So if I was to select something on my app, it would come up on here straight away. So I can use the global search bar if I want to. Otherwise, I could scroll down. We start with the newest recipes on Cookidoo. And then there's a couple of different features. Kind of moving into some winter warmers, I suppose you'd call them now, and other different kind of articles, the most popular recipes at the moment, and that kind of thing. So for tonight's cooking, I have already, so Cookidoo gives us the ability to meal plan as well. Meal plan and grocery shop too, if you're not aware of that. But so I have already meal planned out our recipes for tonight. So I'm going to go into the 3 little bars in the top left-hand corner, go into my week, and then you can see the recipes I've got here. So you can see we had cauliflower soup with bacon dust for dinner tonight. It was delicious if you haven't had that before. And then we're going to make the caramel self-saucing pudding and some gnocchi carbonara for our demo tonight. And then you can see what I've got meal planned out for the rest of the week as well. So on Thursday, we're going to have chicken Kiev, and on Friday, we're going to have a fish pie, which will be delicious too. So anyhow, we are going to get cooking. So I'm going to start with our caramel sour saucing pudding just because that needs a little bit of time in the oven. This recipe is actually from the recipe community and I've imported it onto my Cookidoo. So those of you with a TM6, is importing recipes from the recipe community something you're doing at the moment, something you're confident or comfortable with? Pop it in the chat box and let me know. So this is, again, another one of our newer updates. Well, it's probably been around for a little while now, that you can import recipes from the recipe community, or you can add your own in as well, which is really cool. So I'm just going to hit start cooking. And then I'm going to go next. And it's just going to step us through. It does look a little bit different to what a Cookidoo recipe would look, the imported ones, but still very much very easy to follow, obviously. So place the butter and sugar in the bowl and cream for 15 seconds, speed 4. So down the bottom, we've got two little symbols. One is a scales and one is a blade. So to bring out my scales, obviously, I'm going to press that one. And then my ingredient list is on the right-hand side for imported recipes. So we're going to place 60 grams of butter in there. So I've just got it roughly cubed. And then 80 grams of brown sugar. I didn't turn that, so that's fine because I was up to 60. Get on 140. And cross out of that. And then we're going to get a blade symbol. So 15 seconds, speed 4. Popping our lid on. And just setting that. Has anyone made this self-saucing pudding or a self-saucing pudding like this one before? Let me quick read off the chat box. Yeah, I love importing recipes too, Kayla. It's so quick and easy. And it just saves you having your phone out, that kind of thing, you know, trying to get the screen on. Just so easy to follow on the screen with your family instead. So you can see in that 15 seconds that we have creamed that up nicely. Just going to grab my milk out of the fridge quickly, sorry. So has anyone made this caramel self-saucing pudding? If you haven't and you've got a Thermomix, do yourself a favour and make it. It's delicious. I just made it. Yeah, it's so good. So we're going to add the milk and flour now. So 120 grams of milk, and you can just see our scales above the mixing bowl there. They're accurate to 1 gram on the TM6. The great thing about this pudding is that it really just uses staple ingredients. You know, I think most of us could say that they have butter, brown sugar, milk, and flour in the pantry at the moment. 100 grams of self-raising flour. And then 5 seconds, speed 7. All right, cross out of that. Now that's just telling us to pop that into an oven-proof dish, or you could do individual dishes if you wanted to. And you can see, it looks like there's a lot there now, but it really does make quite a bit, this recipe. And it always, I remember the first time I made it, I thought, oh, that's not much, and popped it in to my dish, and then did get a big enough dish. And it bubbled over everywhere in the oven, which was not ideal. Switch dishes over now. I'm just popping it just in a Pyrex bowl. And again, the next button. And we don't need to wash our bowl because now we're going to do the sauce to go with it. But obviously that's just going to mix straight in or go straight in with the kind of the base of the pudding. So there's no need to wash our bowl. It's not going to achieve anything, but give you something else to do, which we don't need to worry about. So now we're just going to place the water, butter and sugar into the bowl. So again, go up to our scales. And now it's telling us 240 grams of boiling water. Another 60 grams of butter. So again, just roughly cubed. You don't need to worry about that tearing their scales. And 80 grams of brown sugar. So literally all this recipe has is brown sugar, butter, milk, self-raising flour and water. How great is that? Do you think that you have those things in the pantry now? If you had a sweet craving, would you be able to make this one? If she hasn't already, I'll get Jess. Jess, do you mind popping a link in the comments for those girls that do have a Thermomix? I might be keen for this one. All right, then we're going to pop the lid back on again, and now it's just telling us to set the cooking time. So 5 minutes, 80 degrees, speed 4. Perfect. So that's got that set for us. And again, that's just going to cook that sauce down in that time. Just having a little read of the chat box. Anyone got questions or just is answering them for us as we're going? Yeah, I completely agree with that, Taylor, with the importing the recipes from the recipe community. Sometimes it can look, I suppose, maybe even a little bit messy, you could call it, on the screen of the Thermomix, but it really does, like, the list the ingredients out perfectly, and then you've still got those scales that are obviously going to help you to make it nice and easy there. So what desserts are you guys making in your Thermomix now, or those of you without a Thermomix? What are your favourite desserts? Pop it in the chat box and let me know. Is self-saucing pudding something that sounds good to you on a nice cold wintry day? My husband usually goes to bed when I start these virtuals, and now he's not tonight, so I have a good feeling I know why, and this pudding has something to do with it. Yeah, so we love the self-saucing pudding. I think sticky date's probably our other favourite. And yes, custard, Charlotte. It's so easy to make your own custard, isn't it? Hands-free time is the best. Any other questions, guys? Pop it in and let me know. You might, I'm not sure if you can see clearly on your screen at the moment, but at the moment, the Thermomix is, obviously we set it to 80 degrees, and then you can see, hopefully, there's a little number above that, and that is at 80 at the moment as well, but that number is our active temperature of our bowl. So if you're cooking different recipes, you'll see that number gradually climb as cooking time is running. If you're making something like yogurt using the Varoma and the fermentation mode, you'll often heat the milk first, and then it'll ask you to wait till the temperature comes down to 40 degrees. So that's a really great way, just on your home screen, that you can check when it does get down to that 40, because it gives you an easy idea of that. That is cooking away there. Has anybody got any questions? Well, lots of good dessert recipes coming through here. A little read. There's apple pie, yum. Got lots of apples at the moment. My husband actually asked me to make an apple pie tonight, but I did run out of time, so that was on the menu. Hey, Jess, are you there at the moment? I might put you on the spot and ask you to tell us a little bit about yourself and why you joined the team while we're waiting for that cooking time. Introduce some of my team while we're there.
Sorry, I just had to move away from where they're having loud music. So I'm Jess. I joined the team probably like 2 years ago now, nearly. And I'm based in Coniva. So I already had my machine, and I joined to learn a bit more, and there wasn't a consultant close to me. So I just wanted to, learn a bit more and help out a few friends that had Thermomixes. So yeah, that's why I joined and was having so much fun that I'm still there now.
Great, thank you. I think I'm a bit the same, kind of joining the team. One of the big benefits I honestly do think is that you do learn more and you're pushed to get the most out of your machine. I know, like as consultants, obviously we've all, whether we've earned or purchased, we all do understand how big of an investment a Thermomix is. So it really is important to us that you do get the most out of it. So that's why we do run these virtuals, we run regular classes. You have the opportunity to have as many cooking experiences as you want. But then, you also do have the chance to join us and really, really push yourself to make sure you are getting the most out of it. That is always an option too. All right, so that sauce is done there. And I'll hopefully try and show you without tipping it all out. I can't really see that very well. I'm just going to tilt the camera just a little bit. You'll see my very professional computer setup there. So this is obviously that base of our self-sourcing pudding there. So just roughly popped in there. And now we're just going to I'm going to use the spatula to just gently pour in our sauce over the top of that. So then we're not kind of disturbing the base too much and mixing it all up. All right, and that is that. So now if we go back to the screen, it's going to walk us through the last couple of steps. So pouring the sauce in, which we've just done, and then transferring it to the oven, baking for about 35 minutes on 180 degrees. So I'm going to pop that in. All right, and then we're going to move on to our next recipe while that is cooking. So I'm just going to go to the home screen and that will exit out of that one. And I'm just going to grab another bowl. Those of you who have a TN6 that are on tonight, do you have a second bowl with it? Such a game changer. I don't know that I could live without. Well, I've got multiple now, I'm not going to lie. I've got 2 machines and 4 bowls between them. And I still have them all on constant rotation, would you believe? All right, so we're going to go back into my Wix. And this time I'm going to bring up our gnocchi carbonara. Is carbonara something that you guys enjoy or make, eat, order when you go out? Any of those things? Start cooking. I'm going to come back while in the cooking time and show you a little bit more from this home page. But otherwise we'll get cooking to start with. So into here we're going to place 50 grams of Parmesan cheese, just cut into pieces. So just roughly chopped there again. Throwing it in. Zoom's going to mute me out now. This chopping Parmesan is very hard cheese, so it does use the full power of the Thermomix for this. So it can be a little bit noisy. So Zoom will mute me out, and I'll talk to you again in 10 seconds. All right. Then we're just going to go to next. and it's just telling us to transfer that to a bowl. So you can see there that very finely chopped or grated, I suppose you could call it, parmesan in that 10 seconds. Could you do that by hand in 10 seconds? I know I couldn't. I wouldn't even bother, to be honest. So just tipping that into a little bowl. I'll just show you, it might show a little bit better in the lighting in the bowl, but you can see how that's very finely grated there. Then we're going to go next, and into there now we're going to place 120 grams of bacon. So just going to pop that in the top. I did get a little bit over, but that's fine. And then 10 grams of olive oil. Next again, now we're going to pop the lid on, and we're going to take the measuring cup off. So again, like guided cooking, it's worth walking us through every little step, and that includes little things like taking the measuring cup off. So next. And now I've got it all set for us once again. So 5 minutes, 120 degrees. And then you can see here, hopefully, I'm not sure if you can see on your screen, the reverse arrow is activated. So that means our blades are going to run in reverse and turning the speed selector to 1. So our blades are sharp on one side and blunt on the other side. So by running it in reverse, obviously then we're using our blunt side to stir, and that's just going to avoid that bacon being chopped up by our super sharp blades as it is cooking. Catching up on the jet box again. So this 120 degrees is kind of like our saute temperature. So that's what we're doing now with our bacon. You can hear it sizzling away a little bit in there. We're just going to saute that with the oil. But obviously you are hands-free to do anything else. So a big part of our TM6 and a lot of our cookie recipes is hands-free cooking. I'm just moving you back just slightly. So hands-free cooking. So obviously the blades kind of act like a bit of a stirring mechanism when they're moving as it's cooking. So you are free to do whatever else you need or want to do while it's cooking. So what I was going to show you guys, so a couple of little features. Now that we're in a cookie recipe, we do have a few more features that we can look at. So we've got our preview button in the right-hand corner there. And that just is literally that, a preview of the next few steps of the recipe. Sorry, my screen, my thing's going down a bit there. Preview the next steps of the recipe. So if you wanted to, get out extra ingredients, check, make sure you've got everything prepped, that kind of thing, you can use that. Otherwise, there's 3 little dots next to that preview button. We can hit those as well. And that we can go to recipe detail there. So that will bring up that first screen. When we clicked it on the recipe from my week, this is what we saw. So we can scroll down from here if we wanted to. We can check all of like the difficulty, prep time, total time, portion size, that kind of thing. All of your ingredients, your steps, and then hints and tips. I really like to check out the hints and tips section. I think I'm going to need to get the new stand. This happened the other time. Sorry, guys. I like to check out the hints and tips section before I start a recipe personally, just because often you'll find little things there about that you might change that would suit it to you. Little things, all kinds of information there. So the tips in this one is telling you that you could make your own gnocchi. There's a recipe on Cookery to make your own gnocchi, which is absolutely delicious and not as hard as it sounds with guided cooking either, which is the best part. And then it's just a little bit of background information. It says, we've given the much loved pasta classic carbonara makeover with strong flavors like bacon and parmesan. This is a dish that packs a punch with a few quality ingredients, stirred through shop bought gnocchi and finished off with peas. The whole family will love this indulgent dish. So then we scroll back to the top. We can just go to continue if we want to. A couple of other features that we can see in that little section are scales. So like we said before, our scales are accurate to 1 gram on our TM6, and we can also access them while we're cooking or doing different things, which is incredible. There are a couple of exclusions to that. If you were kneading or something or using the high heat function, you can't access the scales, but when you're just doing general cooking like this, you can. So again, if you wanted to measure out something for your next steps or for something else you are doing, you can access your scale there too, which is cool. And then you could go to cancel recipe if you wanted to. Then one of our other new features is if we scroll down, swipe down from the top now, we can see all of our cooking details, but we've also got a timer in there as well, which is really cool. So again, like anything, you know, if you pop something in the oven and your oven time is not working, or you want to set a timer for literally anything, it doesn't have to be Thermomix related, you can use that timer there, which is really cool. We also have a back button in our top left-hand corner. So I often use this, like I said before, I've got a few little kids. So I love hiding veggies in their dinner. So I'll often use the back button, you know, if we're chopping, if the Cookidoo has chopped some veggies, but I'd like to hide them a little bit more, I use the back button and then repeat the step as well. So that button is also there to use if and when you need it. Any questions about any of that, guys? All right. I'm getting a little slow little droop on my screen there, aren't I? Sorry. All right, so we're going to go next again and into there with our bacon and oil. So it says 150 grams of frozen peas. I'm not going to lie, like I just said, my kids, well, we like to hide our veggies. They'll eat some things, but not everything. And peas, I'll just be guaranteed that they won't eat their dinner if I add peas into it. So I'm going to skip that. Always remember that Cookidoo is guided cooking, and it is just that, it's a guide. So if there's something you like, something you don't like, you can add more, you can add less, you can skip it out, add something completely different. It's up to you. For this recipe though, I am going to add some spring onions that I've chopped up only because I love spring onions in my carbonara. So I'm just going to pop some of them in instead. And then we're going to place 500 grams of fresh gnocchi. So again, you can absolutely make your own gnocchi, not as hard as it sounds. And there is a recipe on Cookidoo. There's a couple of recipes actually. There's a sweet potato gnocchi, a ricotta. Yeah, quite a few different delicious ones. And then 250 grams of boiling water. So this dish is what I would like to call a one pot wonder, because you are just popping everything in the one pot. You're not getting extra dishes. I'm just grabbing the green out of the fridge. No extra dishes to wash. No extra mess to make. You're just popping it all in. A lot of it is hands-free time, as you can see, that you could be doing washing, sitting on the couch, whatever you want to do. 100 grams of cream. Next again, and then we are going to pop the lid on, and then we're just going to pop the simmering basket on the top instead of the measuring cup this time. I'll just quickly grab mine out. I didn't prepare that. Next. And now we've just got it 2 minutes, 120 degrees it's set it for. And here's a good example, like how I said before, of the active temperature. You can hopefully, I'm not sure if you can see, it's at 80 at the moment. So we're setting it to 120 at the moment, it's at 80. And now reverse and telling us down the bottom to turn the speed selector to 1. And I'm not sure if you can read it on your screen there, but down the very bottom of the screen here, it's just telling us that it's cooking at the moment, obviously, and that we can prolong by 2 minutes if necessary until the gnocchi's cooked. So essentially just up to you and how it's going, whether you need to add extra time. Any questions? You guys are just answering them all as they're going, aren't they? Thank you so much for jumping on, girls. It is a super quick and easy meal tonight. If anything, we're just going to be waiting for our self-sourcing pudding to cook. So I'm more than happy if anybody would like some information on joining the team, whether it be to earn for, or you might have seen through our social media. Sorry, this camera's not being my friend tonight. You might have seen through some of our social media at the moment that as consultants, we have the opportunity to earn what is going to be our brand new limited edition sparkling black Thermomix. It's amazing. It's incredible in person. It looks nice in the photos, but it looks incredible in person, I think. So yeah, as consultants, we are working towards that at the moment. So if you'd like more information on joining the team with your TM6 or joining on Earn4, I am more than happy to run a quick little information session after this. Just let me know and we can stay on and do that together. So many great opportunities at the moment as being a part of our team. So that is almost finished. And then we will, like it says, this is really not my friend tonight, is it? I think maybe my old Kmart stand seen better days, hey? All right, so we'll have a look at that and see whether we need to add a little bit more time. Just gonna grab a spoon. Very close. I'm just going to put 1 more minute on our gnocchi there, and then I think that will be done. So this is where, like I said before, we've got that back arrow we can use. So if I just go back and then next again, and we'll have those settings ready for us. So we can change them because I don't think it needs another full 2 minutes. So if I just hit the time button, you'll see it becomes the bigger circle. So that means it's ready to alter. So then I just turn our dial down to 1 minute and then hit the speed one again and turn that to 1. Such a quick and easy meal, this one. Yeah, I don't think you can really go wrong, especially everybody loves carbonara. We've got our parmesan ready to go. Our self-saucing pudding is looking amazing. Smelling even better. I bet you it'll be a matter of time before my husband reappears now for that. So we'll just finish that. Then I will finish off our little flip chart and then our self-saucing pudding will be finished. Oh my goodness. And then we'll be done. Sorry, guys. All right, so I'm just going to turn you again a little bit just so I don't tip the gnocchi out, but you can see how it is looking there. So this is our gnocchi carbonara done. It is quite saucy, so I don't know if you can see. I don't want to tip it all out. So obviously, you know, you don't have to use all the sauce if you don't want to. There you go. How good does that look? Was that not the quickest meal you've seen in quite some time? Without using, obviously, a jarred or packet mix. And then we're just going to sort of with some parmesan. You could add a bit of salt and pepper too if you wanted to. But that is it. That is our gnocchi carbonara without peas. Because I would like everybody to eat them. All right. I'll come back over here. Just checking out. So quick, isn't it, Emma? Yeah. It's perfect one for when you're in a rush one night. That's for sure. All right, so we'll just finish this off and then I reckon our self-saucing pudding will be done as well. So obviously, like I have said before, when we're on a virtual cooking experiences, we are a little bit limited as to what we can show you, just to make it obviously nice and quick and easy and yeah, appealing to watch on Zoom. So if you are interested in seeing more, that is absolutely something we can do. Cookidoo has so many recipes, over 84,000 from all over the world. So you can join up at any stage if you don't have a Thermomix already, and do a 30-day free trial. That way you can kind of, have a look at all those recipes, see if there are things that you think would suit you and your family. You can have a play with the meal planning function. You could even order your groceries. So there's no limitations to what you can do in your 30-day free trial. And then after that, you get, when you purchase your TM6, you do get 6 months free subscription with it. And after that, it is $69 a year. So it works out to be less than $1.33 a week, and includes everything. So your all those recipes from all over the world, all of your software updates and new modes. So they kind of, your Thermomix updates like your mobile phone. So when new updates are released, you'll just turn it on in the morning and it will prompt you if you want to update. Then your meal planning, shopping list, all that is included. We did do, our branch ran a virtual Cookidoo workshop last week. So if any of you guys are, those of you who are TM6 owners, if you want to learn a little bit more about Cookidoo to make sure you are getting the most out of it, because there is so much to it, let your consultant know and we can send you that recording to watch. And yeah, that's pretty much Cookidoo. Any questions about Cookidoo at all? Pop in the chat box and let me know. And yeah, well, I've kind of mentioned this a few times already tonight, but if you are interested in hosting your own cooking experience, obviously it's a lot easier to cater your own to you. So we can, make sure we're tailoring it to your likes, your dislikes, your allergies, intolerances, anything at all, the things that you want to learn more about. Those of you who have a TM6 already, if you feel like you're not using the Varoma to its full potential, you feel like you're not using some of the modes to their full potential, that is what we're here for. So let us know and we can help you to learn more and get the most out of your machine. So obviously through hosting your own cooking experience, whether it be virtual or in the home as well, you can get your own host rewards, which, like the girls have said, we've got our $99 bowl, second bowl host reward only running until the end of this month. So we're getting towards the end of that. So if you want to get your hands on that, please let us know as soon as possible so we can help you with that. Have a little think about who in your network might be interested in seeing the TM6 in action. It's totally okay if they already have one, like you guys, like a lot of you guys are on tonight, learning more to get the most out of it. That you might have some friends that would do that too. When you buy your TM6, you essentially get us with it as your consultant. So, whether it's myself or one of the girls from my team, whoever is helping you out, we come with your Thermomix. So we're right there from the start to help you with whatever you need and whatever it means for you, really. So we are here, we are very passionate as a team about helping you guys get the most out of your Thermomix. So we want you to love it as much as we do. We're so, from kind of the unboxing, setting up, we're there to have as many cooking experiences as you want, answer any questions. Our team run lots of cooking classes and virtuals like this. So yeah, we're really here to help you get the most out of your investments and get any host rewards you'd like to. So thinking back to what we talked about at the start and things that were most important to you guys when it comes to the food you cook and eat. I know obviously those of you who are owners on tonight, I'd love to know whether you think that since you've purchased your TM6, has it helped with those things that are important to you? Is it helping you kind of eat healthier? Is it helping you save time, save money, be more creative? Do you think that it's hit those things since you've bought it? And for those of you who don't have a Thermomix, after seeing that little bit that we've seen tonight, do you think that it could help you with those, I suppose, pain points in your kitchen and meal times? Pop it in the chat box and let me know. So if you are interested in getting a TM6 in your kitchen, I'm going off the screen again. There are a couple of different ways to do so. Like I said earlier, it is an all-inclusive price of $2,359. We are expecting to see a price rise in the coming months. We've been told early July at this stage. We don't have the exact details or amount, but we are going to see a change in our pricing if that is something that you need to keep in mind. So like I've said, at the moment, we have our Earn 4 offer, which is incredible. Normally, when you join to earn a Thermomix, you sell six Thermomixes in your first 60 days to earn yours. But at the moment, it's only 4. So yeah, obviously, an average of 2 sales a month, which is extremely doable. Will get you a Thermomix in your kitchen free of charge, which is incredible. In those 4 sales, you would also earn our brand new cutter and our peeler as well after 3 sales. So lots of extra incentives. And again, if you do have a Thermomix and you're interested in joining, you can work towards earning that sparkling black at the moment too. We do have payment options available as well. We've got 24 months interest free running at the moment, which brings it down to around $24 a week, sorry. There are no early exit fees. It's run through Zip Money. We do have Easy 3 as well, which is a bit like a take-home lay-by. You pay just over $1,000 on your day of order and then pay 2 payments like 30 days later and 30 days later, but it's ordered and received after your first payment. We have Afterpay, and then of course you can do a one-off payment as well. The average family can kind of save around $40 to $60 off their weekly grocery bill with the TM6 in their kitchen, whether it's things like making your own yogurt, snacks for kids, saving on takeaway, because you can make something like we've done tonight in such a short period of time when you might otherwise go for takeaway. Breads, sauces, staples like butter, mayo, the list goes on and on, really. There are just so many ways you can save with that TM6 in your kitchen. Any questions about any of that at all, guys? Pop it in the chat box and let me know. Like I've mentioned, at the moment, we do have that Kobold mini vac. So it's like a handheld vacuum, lightweight and just amazing. I love mine. It's hanging in my pantry as I speak. The kids use it all the time too. It's so light, which is perfect. So that's valued at $299, and we do have that available as a free gift with purchase, but only until midnight Monday the 29th, or unless sold out sooner. And that pretty much brings us to the end of our demo tonight. Yeah, if you want to see more, if you want to learn more, please let us know. We are here to help you with whatever you need. And we will be running more cooking classes and more virtuals through the coming weeks. So please reach out to your consultant and let them know if you would like to be kept up to date with our virtuals. And if a consultant invited you along tonight, they will touch base with you tomorrow to see how you went and what you thought, if you learnt something new, if you've got any questions or any of that. I'm just going to check on our self-sourcing pudding before we wrap up. Something to pot it on so I don't burn my fingers. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Not going to lie, this is my favourite part about doing virtuals from home, because as soon as we finish this, I am enjoying this self-sourcing pudding. All right. So I might just come over to this camera quickly, because I feel like that will be easier to see it. All right, so that is that delicious caramel self-sourcing pudding there. How good does that look? So like I said, it does kind of bubble up a bit, so you do want to make sure you have a nice bigger dish to cook it in. So that is it, guys, our caramel self-sourcing pudding and our gnocchi carbonara. Done in well under an hour tonight. Does anybody have any questions? Anything at all? Does look pretty good, doesn't it, guys? Pop it in the chat box and let us know, or come off mute now. We're finished. If you would like to stay on for some more information about joining our amazing team, just let me know. I'd love to run that through. Completely obligation free, of course. Just give you the details so you can make a decision. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me. And like I said, your consultant will reach out to you tomorrow to see if you've got any other questions or if they can help with anything. And otherwise, hopefully we'll see you at another one of our virtuals soon. Hope you learned something new. Thanks.